What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Y'all know what it is, man. The Tell-All Part 3 Final Trilogy. God bless. Remember, last we left off, Tyree was manipulated by Sean and the production team to give up his first kiss to some woman he barely knew.
Tyree, you ready? And what's her name?
I don't know.
And I truly thought that was disgusting, like unrefutable disgusting. Like, I knew TLC be setting people up, but like poor Tyree, who they knew had social anxiety, who they knew had some inability to say no, and they just conned that man for views. Now this whole time, Miss Debbie's been sitting back chilling, you know, clapping back, you know, giving out advice like she's Athena, the goddess of wisdom, only to find out she got some doo-doo, big doo-doo, she needs to flush.
All right, Miss Debbie, how has life been in Georgia now that you're back from Miami?
It's kind of like a rebirth. It's like, hey, I just got my wings and I can fly. I'm learning about dating and it's not easy.
You lied about your age.
A white lie.
How many years did you shave off?
10.
Okay.
Nah, that's 10 too many. Like, calling it a white lie might be a bit of a stretch.
Just a little bit.
Like 10 years? Like, you doggone found a youth, Athena. That's like 19 to 29, 29 to 39. Like, that's palpable. That is palpable. So I'm gonna assume she listed 57 instead of the actual 67 on the dating apps, and Debbie 1, who's about the same age, decided, hey, now's my time to chime in my thoughts. Which would have made a lot of sense if I knew how to decipher the language of hieroglyphics.
I think you should be proud of your age. I'm 72 and I'm very proud of it. I don't ever lie about my age. I never have. There's nothing wrong with being 68 years old. You think being on a dating app is going to draw the right crowd?
Well,
okay?
At least I have a chance to sift through them.
No. Do you think it was just your age to stop people? There's a special app for seniors. Have you tried that one? There's a special app for seniors. Have you tried that one?
Hey, yo. You know what? I love this. Let it out. Talk your ish, Debbie. I might not understand number 2 words, but talk your ish, you know. Talk your ish.
There's a special app for seniors. Have you tried that one?
Nah, she deserved to get flamed after what I found out. Ooh, do I have something juicy for you guys? Pause. But no, seriously. You know, the funniest thing was the only other person on this panel that agreed with what Debbie 2 was doing was the other psycho.
I support you, honestly, because she liked the guy. She wanted him to like her back,
Exactly.
didn't you? You just were more creative about reality.
More creative about
you had
reality,
the-
okay?
Yeah, I would lie, too. If I would really like a guy and I would want to keep him, I
Oh,
would
you would lie about it.
That's crazy, though. That is literally crazy to say. But I'm not surprised, because it's Natalie. She's a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, you know what I mean?
Creative about reality.
You are just more creative about reality. Natalie, this ain't an MMO. You can't just make up stuff and get away with it. With that being said, though, if I'm Josh, Mike, Chad, Brad, add, subtract, I am running for the hills. Far, far, far away from her. Like, this is the type of woman that will ruin your life and then come back and ask why your life's in shambles.
Why did you let yourself do this?
But speaking on the topic of lying, before we get to all the good, juicy Debbie stuff, right? Let's go ahead and see what Louisa had to say about Tim.
Louisa and Jamal, thank you for coming back to join us. Tim, where do things stand with you two today?
As far as like romantic-wise, it just never blossomed into anything more.
He never was available for me. He just called me when he needs something.
Or for you to say Tim used you, that's just so funny to me. Because Tim has accused me of using Veronica this whole time. So I'm just like, wow, it's like the pot calling the kettle black. Good job, Tim.
No, it's not the pot calling the kettle black.
No, Tim is not a user.
Speaking of Tim being a user, technically I'm a user, because I like to use to smell good. Which brings us to today's sponsor of the video, Scentbird. Now, Scentbird is the fragrance subscription where each and every single month you get to choose from their endless catalog of designer brand fragrances what kind of smell or fragrance you want to rock out for that month. Now, this month, your boy got his hands on 4 new fragrances.
Oh, yeah!
I'm not gonna lie to you guys, like nothing gets me more excited than smelling the Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue. To describe it, the Light Blue has this very deep, watery, citrus freshness to it with like a hint of musky, woody notes. In other words, we're in April, you know, in the midst of spring, early summer. Light Blue's gonna have you smelling like you just rose out of the springs in the Garden of Eden. Like, that's how fresh you're gonna be smelling. Personally, for me, it's a very nostalgic smell. It's like one of my first ever colognes. This is like summer of starting YouTube cologne, summer of swimming every single day cologne. Still in my top 5 today, stoked to have it again and rock it for the next couple months. Like, I know I'm glazing it hard, but seriously, if you haven't tried it, try it.
We can make it if we try.
And you can try this scent and any other scent on this catalog for a fraction of the price using my code SAUCE55 for 55% off your first order here at Scentbird. It's like going to Costco as a kid where you get to hoard up all the free samples and try all the different types of food before committing to any one of them. And like how Costco keeps the cost low, you can use my code to keep the cost low.
But I'm not a rapper.
But like I said, it comes in a capsule like this. You just swipe it over and you're good to go. Now this is what it looks like inside the capsule, good for 30 days of use, but honestly, I've been using this for a minute to a point where I'm just hoarding them all up. Fun fact, I went to Colorado recently, right? You know, TSA be like super strict with the liquid items you can bring on. Well, I didn't know for sure, but I just went ahead and just packed one of these bad boys onto my carry-on, and it turns out, hey, TSA approved. So if you're looking for a travel-sized fragrance, say no more. Like I said, all the links are in the description below. Use my code SAUCE55 for 55% off your first order. And if for any reason you don't like the service, cancel anytime, it's hassle-free. Special thank you to our friends here at Scentbird for sponsoring this video. And without further ado, back to the video.
Louisa, you were definitely interested.
I have invited him so many times. All the time, he say he's sick. He say, no, I can't. Friday is for boys. His best friend broke a leg, so he cannot make it with me.
So they bring out Louisa and Jamal and they start ganging up on Tim. Louisa more so out of hurt because Tim doesn't seem interested. He's not making any progression moves and he doesn't give two F's about it.
Maybe my friends are right and he's not into me and he's not into any woman.
What do you mean by that?
I really think that you are gay.
Like, this ain't the first time with Tim. Like, we already seen this situation played out.
This is not what I expected. I'm used to another kind of man. He may be gay, I don't know.
So Louisa, out of frustration, decides to take it below the belt and hit him where it hurts. And sloppy second Jamal here tries to gas up the situation. Like, bro, you trash on Tim all day, every day, but you be the garbage collector when he leaves his leftovers. Make it make sense. Like, I can care less if Tim is straight, gay, swing both ways, but Jamal be on his nuts about it. And he too be coming off like he not allergic to nuts.
Ready for fiesta?
I'm going to get ratchet today.
Gay.
Now, TLC and the cast try to play up this Jamal and Louisa getting together thing. I don't care if it's scripted or not. Matter of fact, I just don't care.
Who cares?
Like, they are too boring to cover. So we're moving on to bigger and better things. Technically moving backwards because we're running it back
To Natalie. After breaking up with Josh, Natalie's estranged husband, Mike, visited her. Let's bring him out to see what has happened since that very difficult conversation. Please welcome Mike.
How you doing, everybody?
Here we are again, Mike. You've been listening backstage. What are your thoughts about what's been happening in Natalie's life?
Sounds complicated.
So they bring out Big Mikey, right? Surprise, surprise. And Sean starts asking him questions she probably already know the answers to. So Mike, have you been seeing anybody as of late?
I am.
And Mike says yes, and then starts politely, in a subtweeting way, unloads a whole clip of shots towards Natalie.
Mike, have you moved on? Are you in a new relationship?
I am.
Oh, wow. Okay. What can you tell us?
We've been seeing each other for a good year now, since last December. She's great. I absolutely love and adore her. She just cares about me and wants to be with me for who I am. And I see a very long, loving road down the line.
And having children with this
Yes.
woman?
Sean, that caught me off guard too, Sean. But hey, like, props to him. Like, you left him, Natalie. Like, you left him to go banana farming, career hunting, LA moving, Josh humping, nonsense. And he just went on and about his business. So on the topic of moving on with his new woman, remember, he is still legally married to Natalie.
Well, you get that piece of paper?
Your divorce papers.
Are you joking, really?
That was a Judas move, man. You shouldn't have done this on national TV, man. You just shouldn't have.
Don't pick on Mike.
And
pick
you're
on
a
Mike.
Judas, man. Debbie, Mama Debbie. That didn't look very damn motherly to me, honey.
Bitch.
Ooh.
Clown of the century.
Yo! I swear, OGW woke up that morning and decided violence, Ryan Garcia type energy. Because she was throwing shots nonstop. And I don't even know how it even got this serious because I really didn't think it was that serious. Like, Natalie knew this was coming. Like, she had to know, right? Like, I don't know if she thought she was just gonna be married to Mike forever, but she had it coming. You know, mind you, a little late, but it was coming.
Debbie at the last hour, Natalie refused to sign them, so this has been like a couple of year
Who
thing.
cares?
But this little drama right here between Debbie and Debbie carried over after the show ended.
Chantel, you look absolutely beautiful, gorgeous. You're young and you have a right to have fun.
Debbie had a lot to say about my outfits, actually. So that really means a lot to me.
Really?
Yeah.
The clothing expert from hell? Your beautiful orange outfit?
Well, you know, I
you're a
saw how
clown.
you acted in your son's personal affairs, and no
68-year-old
wonder they
woman
wanted you out of
thinking
the
that a
house.
23-year-old man madly in love with her and he's gonna offer her the world.
I like how nobody's talking about how Chantel basically instigated this whole situation. Aw, thank you, Debbie. On the other hand, this Debbie right here. But these two had like a whole 15-minute roast session, just straight clowning each other nonstop. Everybody else there was just like, can we leave? But in my humble opinion, OG Debbie was in her bag, just hitting them with the power shots.
I pity you.
Don't pity me. I'm happy. I get laid all the time.
That's your intellectual stimulation.
Your mind is up, I'll tell you.
Here we
Sorry,
go.
but it is. And yes, I said up.
Well.
Get your face out of my...
See?
Stick it up your ass.
I was concerned for a second that I was about to...
So the tell-all basically ended on that villainous laugh.
I was concerned for a second that I was about to...
Almost poetic in a way, because during the week, news broke out about Miss Debbie I was not expecting. To be honest with you, I was not expecting. And in a way, I wish it had broken off sooner so that we could have watched OG Debbie have a whole field day about it. And shout out to Moving Mad for putting me on this story. Now, apparently, Miss Debbie has been running rampage on IG, accusing Ruben the Cuban, her love interest on the show, of being a scammer because he had posted up a GoFundMe page for $100,000 to repair his friend's home. Now, how legitimate is this GoFundMe? I don't know, man. They all in it for the money. You just never know. But that's funny talk coming from somebody who has their own FundMe account for $500,000. $500,000. What? For an art studio and animal sanctuary. What?
Your mind is up, I'll tell you.
Now it gets deeper, right? Because all these accusations Debbie has been making has gotten some people riled up, and they started posting screenshots of her and Ruben's conversation within the dating apps. And those conversations smells a little funny. So this one says, I appreciate that, Ruben. It's been tough with this online dating thing to find anyone halfway decent for this film date. I need to find someone at least somewhat presentable. If you could help me out with someone, or even yourself for the show, I would greatly appreciate it. I just want to finish filming and have no expectations. Just appear interested in me and convince the producer you might like to get to know me or refer me to someone who could play the part. It's a good opportunity to get yourself out there and perhaps generate business leads. I'm just concentrating on my future creative arts therapy studio and animal sanctuary, and I'm using my 15 minutes of fame to generate funds for it. Debbie. You know, I guess all the age manipulation thing really didn't help her find a date.
I get laid all the time.
And then the second part said, okay, Ruben, I'll give you your number to my producer. Her name is Allison. She's nice and pretty and you can flirt with her when we're finished. That's a weird thing to say, you know, kind of weird. I'll pass your name along and say we're friends but interested. By the way, what do you do for a living if she asks me? I'll just let her know I like you because you take care of your parents and we get along well. You know, I'm not even really surprised by all of this. It's really just a hypocritical factor of her being on a panel preaching righteousness, justice, all this BS to Chantel and everybody's story. And then when it comes to her story, she's the worst one. The worst part really is just her going around accusing, flaming, tarnishing this man, this name, his reputation, calling him a scammer for doing something she's doing 5x. For the same reason she recruited him, like this is a good opportunity to get your name out there, business lead, blah, blah, blah. Like the same reason she recruited him, and now she's turning around calling him a scammer.
Your mind is up, I'll tell you.
Hopefully we don't see her on the show moving forward, not even for this. Like I skipped all her segments anyways, because she was boring, so there you go, TLC. All I'm gonna say is, hey, justice for Ruben the Cuban. Let me know down below what you thought about this news. Once again, shout out to the sponsor, Semper, for sponsoring this video. Check out the links down below. Use my code SAUCE55 for 55% off, all that good jazz. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Oh yeah, and remember, at the end of the day, hey, what do you want to know? I'm just sipping.